1. Hey!
Boing your tea really hard.
Break your mug. Hello, and episode
Welcome.
64 has commenced in an updated studio of some sort. So you see that our camera angles are different, some lighting is different, and you can see on our
Shout out
Instagram
Australia.
and TikTok some of what our new setup looks like. All of this thanks to, 1, our patrons, 2, specifically one patron, Slater Swift came and did a bunch of this installation and work with me as well, and so specific thanks to him, as well as our patrons who supported us and allowed us to pay for a lot of the stuff that we used to upgrade this.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks to viewers like you
And Australians.
in Australia. Shout out Australia.
Cheers.
I have a direct line of sight to Australia.
Whoa, she's beamed in. What do you see?
I do love how much clearer y'all's faces are on this,
Australia.
and I'm sure that you all do too. So
It's the same cameras, right?
it is the same camera, it's just up close and personal. Yeah,
Whoa.
they used to be on tripods right here and here, but now we can flail.
Can you see my boogers?
Steven.
How many pores do I have?
Yeah, what about like
More than 30.
Can they see our acne?
Dude,
I don't think so. Anyway,
fix my acne, please.
that's fine.
Sponsored by Proactive.
I was like, have you heard of Proactive?
I
very
now
forgiving lighting.
invite the party to do
Hello.
is recap the last session.
Wow.
Episode 63.
You should take it. Since you just
I was
read the
looking at
notes.
it. Alright. No!
Just
The notes refreshed and now I have to scroll down 57 million sessions.
63.
63. Yeah, it takes a really long time. Steven, Pilgrim started by cluing us in on what happened with him, but he already recapped that. I really wanted. The way it started was important. Man.
So listen up, y'all.
So
Are you
listen
ready
up.
for this?
Scrolling. Got it.
This one note.
All right.
Joey, take it away.
Meow. Ah, yes. Pilgrim connected with Numero. That's what it was.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yes. And Numero was like, Pierce, which is another god, is for loners. Would be good for 2 of us. So who are the loners in the party? I don't know. Boop. Pilgrim's one of them, actually. We knew that, right?
Loner.
We're in the caverns. We proceed through the caverns. We see some dust glass, like a dust glass wall. Pilgrim touches it, tries to connect with Remy. Does connect with Remy?
I don't think we ever found out what I was going to do because you died on the spot.
Because you decided.
Oh, as soon as we touched it, yeah, stuff happened. So I tried to touch it too, and then I was like, "Oh, I'm feeling so slow and broken." And then we fought spiders.
Yeah.
Like one spider.
Aragog and her sons.
There's some small ones.
There were some baby spiders.
Shelob. Big spider.
And the rest of it was a big battle.
Mongolian.
We rolled terribly. We made very good decisions, but rolled terribly.
Yeah.
We couldn't have done it better. But we survived. And we killed the spider. And Chris killed
I
the spider,
didn't get
right?
her anymore.
Does she find is that?
She found the one piece.
She found it.
Well,
Chris made the final blow.
No, we didn't kill the spider.
There's a particular one that you.
The big one, Misery polymorphed into a snail.
Not a slug.
Not a slug, a snail. And then we're off.
We got a piece
Chris
out.
almost hit it.
Yeah,
That is-
we're leaving it alone.
Yeah.
It was a really good ending.
Pilgrim
And
said
Chris
it,
said
yeah.
that's one nasty bitch. And then Pilgrim said it's time for us to escargot.
Yes.
And we went differently.
Lilith said that's one nasty bitch, I think.
Yeah. Let's say Chris.
It was Lilith.
It was Lilith. The notes
Yeah.
are wrong.
Yeah.
Rachel.
That's okay.
Rachel.
All the
Why
voices
did you-
sound the same. They
Why
all
did you
sound
let
like
me
some
take the
bearded
notes wrong
dude.
last week when you weren't here?
We've talked about this.
And one particular note too about that fight, like you had hinted towards this, but just for how deadly the fight was. Like 2 of you were incapacitated while Misery was down on the ground, like from being like unconscious from the toxins of the spider, and if it weren't for the natural 20 that Misery rolled to get back up, that like turned the fight, because near the end of the fight there were like 5 natural ones that were rolled as well. So like I imagined that fight without Misery getting back up, and like honestly after the first round I was like, I think y'all are going down. Like it was just such a rough fight, and it had a really hard turn in a good direction for you all.
So you're welcome.
And one of the spiders rolled like a 1 and a 3, didn't it?
Or something.
Yes, yeah.
One of the enemies did.
Yeah. So, for your sake, too, of knowing what just happened, it was a very rough fight.
Oh, dear.
However, we are now entering just in the moment of you all leaving this particular cave. I said I wouldn't, but Gwendolyn wanted the reminder that on their way out, you were going to say something. Okay.
I have the note.
Great. Glad you did.
Do it.
I have the note. Are we back in?
That is,
Yes.
Come in.
That is one nasty bitch.
Time for us to escargot.
Lame.
I had a moment. You ruined it.
Do any of y'all nature folk want to grab like a spider corpse for study purposes? Could it be a good like dip your dagger in it, stab
Dip
someone
your dagger in the spider.
Go break off
into poison?
Well, get my dagger and call me a boulder. Let's get ourselves a spider.
Order.
Escargot.
Escargot!
Now
Right.
someone quote Professor Slughorn's full eulogy for Aragon.
As you
They see me rolling.
As you get over to one of the smaller spiders, in comparison, it itself, like the head of it, is about this big, like a volleyball size.
Oh my
and you
God.
see its eyes all in a row, and its 2 greenish black pincers to its face, and the body that it's attached to overall would be like about the size of one of you all curled up into a ball, maybe even a little larger than that. So if you wanted to pick up one of these and move it out of this area, you could. It's up to y'all what you're doing in the space.
Where are we?
You're currently in a cavern that, on the back side of it, is just a sheer wall of dust glass. And then, after you've participated in this fight as well, you know that most of this room is like covered in invisible spider webs. And then there's 2 caverns to get out. There's the one you came in to your. If you turn around to your left, there's one you came in. To your right is another cavern.
Well, snail jokes aside, when this fight commenced, I was in the middle of attempting to touch the wall and connect with Remy, so I actually want to finish that task. So, Pilgrim is going to go back over to the wall and put his hand against it, and like he did with the husk stone earlier, just see what happens if he goes to connect to Remy.
Yes. On your way over, you look down, and the snail is just deliberately, extremely slowly moving in your direction.
Well, I take a big adult step away from it and continue doing what I'm doing.
It uses its action to dash.
Here.
It moves a
okay.
foot.
And you can feel the weight of the spider webs kind of getting back onto you again, the way that you did earlier. As you're moving through, you cannot see them at all, no matter how much light is in this space. But as you then move through, you can feel that tension that's on you. This room is filled with spider webs. And you get over towards the glass on the other side. Put your hand on it. Go ahead and just roll a d20 for me.
You know
Any
what
particular check?
Nope.
Okay.
you know.
It's a 16.
Okay, in the matter of about 5 minutes of you with your hand on it and just waiting it out, there's no like attunement, there's no connection, you don't feel any type of magical pull the way that you did with your husk stone earlier.
All right, well,
5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I guess maybe after 5 minutes, I'm like, hey Pilgrim, we only got an hour with this thing as a snail, so can you hurry up with whatever you're doing? I touched it. There's nothing there.
I turn to Misery, and I'm like considering him for a second, and then I say, you can call me Nemo. And then I make my way through, like I'm trying to dodge the spider webs, but just kind of like leaving the room. And then I go towards, I don't know if there was a particular cavern that everyone was gravitating towards. I'm not like leading the way, but I'm like just joining the group again.
Yeah, you're ready to go.
Yeah.
Before we get to that, in that course of the 5 minutes, would either of our nature people be doing anything with the spiders as prompted by Gwendolyn?
Yeah, I guess I'm putting some of the venom stuff into like some vials.
Yeah. Make a nature check for me.
I feel like I'd probably take one of the pincers.
Ooh, you're just gonna like rip one off there. Make
Just
a
rip
nature
one
check
off.
for me as well.
14
Great.
plus
Nat 20.
Get out.
plus nature.
Sorry, you said get out. It was a lot of fun. having you
Get
here.
out. 4, 18.
Okay, great. In tandem with one another on this
22.
particular spider, Dylan sees Lorelith going over to harvest some and helps out and starts to, Lorelith from your perspective, just like with the utmost wisdom and dexterity of being able to get his dagger into the face of this spider creature. And he expertly removes both of the particular talony pincers that this spider has on its face. And when he does so, you gag, and it sounds dry.
That's crazy.
But without injuring or breaking or fracturing at all either of these large...
I've been eating a lot of sawdust since the trees fell.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Both of these large, sharp pincers. He also is able to assist you, and you're able to remove a lot of the venom from these into 2 separate vials, which fill up. And so you have 2 vials of spider toxin.
Sick.
Which you can add to your inventory, and you have 2 of the talons as well.
Do they have little stingers in the back too?
No.
That's a scorpion.
If you do inspect it, there's the particular parts that are associated with weaving webs and stuff like that too, but there's no offensive or attacking part on its back.
How should I add this?
If you do inventory and items, you can add a custom item, and you can just do 2 vials of spider. If you want to add a specific note too of that it's from the caverns under Duskforge or anything like that, anything that's if you were to rediscover them, let's say 3 months later, and it's oh, I forgot I had these. What are they? Give yourself a little note. Great. Okay. Gwendolyn, Thule, Misery. Misery, you had a little combo with Nemo here, so maybe just Gwendolyn and Thule. Anything from y'all?
Okay. I just wanted to ask the spider gut question.
Do we know anything about have we investigated, is the wall magical, or
Mm-mm.
I would like to do that.
You're welcome to go ahead and make an arcana
Well,
check.
Pilgrim is
Yeah.
busy. Ooh. 17.
Okay. Jacques steps forward too, and as you are studying it over and you see Nemo step away from the wall and start to walk over towards the rest of the party, you have a lingering eye on the wall, and Jacques joins your side. And you conclude while looking at it that this is another massive vein of dust glass, just in its natural dormant form, very vacant and open for magical enchantment, but nothing has been imposed on it at all. You see it as completely untouched. And Jacques comes up. Oh, and he looks down at the snail and then back up at it. This would be a wonderful new mine to establish. Perhaps, and he's looking over now back towards Lilith, maybe after our first priorities are met, we could clear this.
Yeah, maybe. You're gonna have to do something about that. And she points down at the snail.
Yes, you will.
Oh.
And he just got each.
Hey, if you're paying.
We could arrange something.
Cool.
As Nemo heads towards these 2 pathways, where is the party heading?
Probably to the new one, right?
What new one?
Back out to
There
the
was
left.
there was one which was where we came from, and then another one.
I thought there were 2 more.
Yeah, onward,
Yeah, okay.
further up and further in.
Further and further in. Wow.
Agreed. Lilith speaks
This
up
was
to
the
you.
best decision we've ever made. Good job, guys. Oh.
Well then, let's carry on and see what else we discover on our way through. And then let's head on back through the next tunnel.
Stop chewing on my shoelace.
Real quick while we get
Cassandra?
started walking, I want to go to Nemo and just be like, dude, like, don't get me wrong, Nemo's a much better name than Pilgrim, but where did that come from?
Nemo is the name that I was given.
Can we talk about this when we find a place to lay down? Lilith says from the front of the cave.
You know what? You're right, Lilith. For once.
Lilith, you're being a real Treya right now.
Oh wait, I'm thinking of Treya. Lilith is great.
I was like, you don't hate
Lilith is great.
I got
Yeah.
the same vibe.
Lilith, you're right
Misery.
for all the times because you're always right. Because I have 1 hit point. How do I say that? I feel terrible. So we should get somewhere and
How do you
rest.
say in your native tongue? Ow.
I basically died.
I imagine that, like, you all were maybe lingering behind, and she's trying to press this forward, and then also as just a general reminder to you, yeah, it's not only after a very heavy fight, but also we're heading towards you all being awake for a very long time, and your body feels that way. There's no sunlight, there's no like process for you to understand what time of day it is, but you all are also feeling very exhausted, and Lilith just is like pressed on with a fervor to kind of move forward with her now spoken intention of like, let's find somewhere safe.
Can I heal misery? Is that like something that I can just do? Like, hey, here.
Yeah.
You need my permission first.
You're looking a little rough
You
over
don't.
there, bud.
Yeah, it hurts.
Okay.
Oh, my whole body hurts.
I'll cast a 3rd level healing word on him. What? 3d4 plus 4.
It's funny because I also have that spell, but I'm not gonna. Wait, so I spell
I've got
slots
enough.
on it.
3,
I'm tired from the polymorph.
4, nice, 8, 12.
Right?
Great.
If you want to, do you have a little note of encouragement, or what would you would say to have this healing power as you give him a healing word?
No, I probably just give him a little football pat on the butt.
Whoa! Hey. Thanks, man.
Were you gonna say something?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I was just laughing at
Okay. I thought
words of affirmation.
Perfect.
You are a beautiful manifestation of the divine.
Then, if you want to restart your conversation while walking or something, or wait till later, Lilith, like, has a lingering eye, like, kind of waits towards the back of the line, and then starts to like help encourage some
Well, it's
movement
being a
forward.
weirdo then.
I think at the outburst, I just kind of like eyebrows at Lilith, and then just kind of like put like a hand like later, and then just following with the crowd.
Is there spider webs all the way down the tunnel or just in the chamber?
How are you searching?
I have cast Produce Flame and that light
Yeah.
down.
You've realized at this point that they're completely invisible. That there's no way to actually see them. You would have to be feeling around to figure out.
If I wave Produce Flame, the flame around, do I, and then wave my hand, do I feel them?
As you wave the actual flame around as you're stepping forward, you can see little strings of fire and kind of launch out as you move it over towards the edge. And on the occasion, you can see little wisps that shoot out.
Are they in front of us? Like, okay, I'm gonna cast Firebolt, which is a cantrip. Range of 120 feet. I'm gonna cast it as far down the tunnel as I can.
Yeah, it winds eventually, but you all see Tuli waving her hand around, and then your attention is drawn to these little wisps of fire that shoot out. And then she just stares down before her out into the darkness that fades out maybe 30 to 60 feet in front. And then she just shoots one mote of fire that goes in a straight line, and you can just see and it fades down until eventually and it splatters against the cave wall about 100 feet down.
I paused to see if any spiders react.
Make a perception check.
Spiders react. I love that YouTube channel. Spiders react.
Hey, how's it going, guys? I immediately heard baby come
13.
back, but spiders react. It could be a whole song. Oh, no.
15?
13.
13, okay. And as you all stand and wait in this little pregnant pause of silence, you don't hear any footsteps. That's a very normal
It's a normal thing.
We are in the wrong.
None of us ever say the word pregnant ever. ever.
It was very descriptive.
All right. No, you hear nothing. It's fine.
Hey,
Okay.
Spider.
Wiggy.
I progress. I
Right.
follow.
That's it. Again.
I lead. No, I follow.
Oh wait.
I hope you were in front if you shot a fireball.
Yeah. Okay. I go down. I lead.
Lilith, good thinking. And just kind of stares ahead from the back. Well, who's leading?
Oh, wait, I guess it's gonna be
Wiggy
Wiggy.
is.
Good.
Wolfie is.
Yeah.
I don't have the best ears, so probably someone else should lead. I'll go with you though.
Ears?
I'll go to the front, and I know I said it as a joke, but genuinely, I'll have Wolfie kind of a couple steps ahead of me
Okay.
with his keen hearing
Yes.
and eyesight
Who else
ready.
up front? We've got Pilgrim and Misery, I imagine, in the back.
Can I touch myself and cure wounds and walk up to the front? At the same time? Okay. It's 2d8 plus 4.
Stephen, stop it.
That's a 1. That's terrible. Okay, it's a 6. 7. 11. Okay.
Right. She may need out. Sorry.
Can't help it. Because it was the same camp spot.
You're fine.
Wiggy's
It's
fault.
Open the door, Wiggy.
Anyway,
Does he have thumbs or something? Jeez.
I don't go to the front, but I make my way up to probably first 2 or 3. Yeah.
yeah. We'll have you and Lorelith make a survival check as you all are leading the party through the tunnels.
Give me another 20. Oh, 19. Let's go.
Ooh.
18
Oh.
plus
Yeah, I gotta see what my things are. Oops.
6.
I think my
Okay.
survival's pretty good.
20.
Yeah, mine's 7, so 26.
Oh my gosh, yeah, amazing. You all share
Go glamping.
you all share a moment of eye contact as you all are moving forward as a very cool breeze comes from the caverns ahead of you. You've already made a couple of decisions of different pathways that you were going to follow and trying to navigate in generally the same direction. And then eventually you get the sense that you both immediately associate with like fresh water, that you smell on this breeze, that there's like just this welcoming scent that reminds you both of a lake out on the surface.
We could set up camp there, but it also could be a more dangerous place to set up camp.
I'm curious if spiders would make their home near water. I think it might be damaging to their webs and stuff.
Yeah, but there might be something in the water.
It's true. It might just be a stream or some sort of flow from above.
Yeah,
I doubt that it's a large body. It's probably flowing, so
that's true. Let's. I want to send Wolfie ahead to check it out before we head down there, just to make sure to keep an extra eye.
yeah. Can we hear it yet?
You don't hear anything really. It's
Okay,
just
so it's still probably a ways away. Say once we hear the water, then we can send
Yeah.
what we done.
Okay.
Okay. So proceeding forward, you eventually get to an opening where this cave twists and then stops, and you can see actually clearly in front of you, even though you're not using the torchlight and your fire and things like that, which have kept things pretty close around the 30 or so foot range of what y'all can see clearly. As soon as you turn the corner and get to this space, the whole cavern is already lit very dimly in a faint blue color, and your eyes are immediately drawn up to the top, and you can see massive shelves of mushrooms. These, like, maybe only 4 or 5 separate entities of this mushroom up on the top, but each one creating its own light blue bioluminescent light, and they're kind of overlapping each other at the top, creating this, like, blanketed ceiling that almost feels like starlight as you're looking it up, and it's a lot of these little different specks, but backed by a faint blue light as well. And then down underneath of it, in the very center of the chamber, is one flat lake-like body of water that is only 40 feet across from one side to the other. And so you can see this little tiny ripples and spots on the top of it eventually just kind of flicker around every time one of the little ripples hits. You can see that in the tiny little waves of those dimples also there's this bioluminescent like light that kind of goes in the flow of the small ripples and disruptions of the surface of the top of the water. Otherwise, cave wall completely around it. And on the backside, on the opposite end, you can see 2 separate caverns leading left and right.
I kind of mushrooms. Like gesture for us to pause at the mouth before we get any further, and send Wolfie in to do like
A sniff check.
a walkabout.
Vibe check.
Yeah,
Shout
go
out
ahead.
Australia.
Go ahead and roll a perception check with advantage.
What? A walkabout. Australia,
Remember when you go on those?
mate.
You know how all Australians do walkabouts?
Down under. First one's 12. The second one's 16. And it's my perception, or?
His perception.
Oh, I don't know what his perception is.
There's a red light on the back of that blinking or solid.
Solid.
Beep, beep, beep. Ooh, plus 6. 22.
Well, we got audio down here.
But yeah.
22.
Great. Yeah, he does a lap around the lake and just comes back to you and lays down, puts his head down at your feet, and then kind of rolls off to his side. He looks very playful and just looks up,
Aw.
and then his eyes shut, and he just kind of nestles into your foot for a second.
Okay.
Yeah, souls.
Looks like we're all good. There's nothing really dangerous around here.
Do I recognize these mushrooms?
Make a nature check.
Oh, nature's my good one.
I talked with
Oh,
these
but I have a
mushrooms
6,
before.
so. No, never mind, it's not. Just an 8.
Okay. No, this is very mesmerizing and interesting to you. They seem completely new and foreign to you as well.
I kind of turn back to look at everybody and say, all right, I think this is a good spot to set up for the night. There's some lights around. There's some water. I don't know that I would recommend getting in it or drinking from it just yet till we can figure out if it's safe or not. But I am going to do one more check, just kind of going around. But feel free to go ahead and start setting up here, everybody. And then can I do an investigation kind of around the sides to see if I can see, like, if there's any, like, trace of other people that have stayed here,
Sure.
or any creatures, or just anything that's been here.
Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation check.
Ah. 7 plus 1, 8.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
After a lap around, there's nothing specific that sticks out to you about it. This room seems pretty vacant, and there's nothing like left behind. No details that you find that are scattered around the kind of shore of this lake or anything.
Nothing left behind. Details that you
Tilly
find.
starts building a fire over by the cavern wall,
Okay.
the furthest from the lake.
Yeah. Do we have some like tinder and like wood to do stuff like that?
There's no
Are we
trees
using-
in the cave.
I have some
Are we using
torches.
I assume we brought supplies.
Yeah. Fire supplies is
Well, Tuli, like,
I have a tinder box.
okay. So you can start a fire.
Yeah, we probably don't have kindling and stuff to actually keep.
I assume we brought supplies, knowing we would be down, like, kindling. Like,
We're not gonna
Tuli
bring a
can
bunch of
start
log.
a flame, but
I probably wouldn't. I wouldn't have brought a bunch.
you don't
of
think we
logs or
brought
anything.
some
No.
sticks?
I mean, I'm always wearing a backpack, and in that backpack is a
burn our
tinderbox.
Yes, for the most
We
part.
don't care about starting. a fire.
The natural supplies and stuff that y'all would have would be ways to start fires. Logs would have been a ton. Sticks would have been like maybe enough if you prepared that for like one night of fire
Okay.
because of the weight and what would be like reasonable to bring along with you.
It says
Okay.
burn the mushrooms. What's the worst that could happen?
That's what I was going to say.
Do we see any loose rocks or like the size of basketballs or anything hanging around, or is it fairly clear? Like
Trying to put
bigger
basketball.
rocks
Like kind of on the base, specifically looking for.
to like build some sort of barrier that would slow something. If it
That's
were to
what I was
come.
thinking.
Like
Sure.
not like a full stop, but maybe 3 feet high, just to kind of get in the way if something were to.
Yeah, there's definitely enough like rubble around to do stuff like that.
Okay. I feel like I probably start building one behind where we came from.
Okay.
And then you said it's a circle,
Mhm.
and there's 2 tunnels on the other side.
Yeah.
Okay, so then just on either side of us.
Sure.
Try and get it maybe 3 feet high, something like that.
Yeah.
Hey, Julie, do you want to check to see if there's... I mean, I looked around for, like, physical things. I didn't really check in case there's any, like, magic-y things hanging around.
You got it.
Alright.
And then she checks, investigates, she walks around the walls, kind of looking around,
Okay.
just seeing what she sees.
Okay. To meet you somewhere with the light thing, you have the permanent dim light torches.
Mhm.
So if it was a light factor, you've got those. You have regular torches, which you could use a couple to do some form of longer-term sustained fire that you wouldn't have to keep up with. So you could spend some of your torches to do that if you wanted to do that. So like there's some ways for you to do fire for that purpose, but like not like a raging bonfire.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you're investigating around looking for traces of magic in this area?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Okay. I do so. And it is a 23.
Okay, great. There's no runes or there are no like etchings on the particular walls, and if you look around some of the caverns that are on the opposite edge and things like that too, you don't see anything left behind from remnants of any type of like trappings or things that are like maintained within this area. You even look up towards the mushrooms and things there, pretty foreign, but it seems very natural to you, kind of out of your element of what created them or whatever their background is. And then there's a moment where you're even looking over the lake water. Probably thinking of lake water and Apori and being down here in these caves and everything too. You just have a lingering eye towards the water. And, and in that moment that is not bearing a child, you see the water. It's not pregnant.
It's not pregnant pause. Every time we keep saying pause, I keep thinking of, like...
Yeah. You can see the skeleton of a fish just flicker by and move. It goes down into the depths.
Wow.
You hear Tuli, like, however far away, go, whoa! You guys, look at these fish!
No.
Those are not fish. Those are skeletons.
Sure, a fish, would you say, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Huh. Wow.
After
What a world.
seeing those, are we gonna we're making camp to rest?
Yeah, people have already started
To like
doing
sleep.
I'll cast locate animals.
Mm-hmm.
Load gate.
Second level, just to see if there's anything in the water or even close to the other side.
Yeah.
Maybe hiding somewhere or whatever.
Yeah. So
I don't know what I'd do for that.
it does say describe a specific kind of beast for locate animals. But basically enough if you're doing like fish types. Then.
Fish aren't amphibians.
No, they're fish.
Fish are fish?
Fish are fish. Yeah.
Is there not another word for it?
No,
Frogfish are amphibians.
they're not fish.
But frogfish are.
I'm
Think
looking
you
for
even-
water-breathing animals.
Yeah. Great.
They're technically called vertebrata.
Thank you.
So,
According to my research.
search on Google just
Actually...
Cool. And so, yeah, as you focus on that, in this particular lake area, you can sense that fish-type things go into the depths of this around 30 feet down. That there's probably 5 to 10 feet in, and then there's a steep drop-off. And within this, just speckled across, there could easily be 100 or more fish-type creatures in this. Everything that you sense is pretty consistent with the size of fish typically as well.
Marine?
Can you...
Oh, sorry.
Marine life.
Something.
The fire that you can cast, does it go out when it hits water?
Yes.
So it's not hot enough to burn like a flare underwater or anything?
We can give it the old college try.
I was saying, like, can you try and throw a source of hot fire in the water and see if it dwindles down and maybe can light up and see if we can see where they're going?
Tuli, like, casts a firebolt at the lake.
Cool. Firebolt.
Yes.
I would say you would know if you cast it outside of the water towards water, the water stops it. If you cast it underneath and through, you can get it to go through water.
I do that.
Yeah. So with that little note of fire that shoots out, make a perception check for me. Because it's very quick as well.
I think my perception's good. How's it? Oh, advantage. Does that mean I get to pick which one I want?
You take the higher.
It's higher by 1. 11.
Okay. As the fire shoots through, you don't get a sense of depth or count of fish or anything from the distance. But up close, as one of the skeletal fish moves by, the light that you can see that hits it, you can see actually a bit of an outline outside of the skeleton of some type of like skin or scale, and it kind of shimmers.
Whoa.
Because there's fish like that deep in the ocean that you can see their bones and stuff.
Cool.
Fish bones.
What's the ocean?
The fantasy ocean. Fantasy Marianas Trench. Can since we're about to take a long rest, right?
Cool. Imagine. That's up to you.
All right. I'm going to use a 2nd level spell slot
Wow.
to cast Primeval Awareness.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds really cool.
It means that I can find out if there are any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead within 1 mile of me.
Chloe, could you do me a favor? Could you plug this in?
Did you even hear me?
I did, sorry. My computer's about to shut down. The notes.
Shut it down.
Okay. I have to roll for it? No. Okay.
Give me 1 second.
Interesting that Dan is pausing.
Interesting because every one of those things is nearby.
How do I break this down?
Faye is coming.
Whoa.
Okay. So, as usual, Lilith does pop up on this.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
The fish do not.
Okay.
And beyond that, as you're extending this to within a mile of you, you get like a little fuzzy on the edges. Like there's just a little peripheral of there's something out there.
Good.
But
A mile away.
But I can't tell if like it's deep in the water or if it's in the
No
caverns.
sense of direction on it.
Congrats. You just met the Blood King. We'll meet him later.
He's on the edges of a mile away.
Guys, there's something, there's a red skull over its head.
We should probably avoid it until we have more experience.
I don't think we're ready.
Okay. So I tried to see if there's like any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elemental, fae, fiends, or undead within a mile of us.
And?
And
Oh my.
You want the good news or the bad news?
the fish are fine.
Okay.
They're just fish. They're just animals.
More food.
Maybe they're food. I don't know.
Low-hanging fruit. Sometimes it's the sweetest.
But I did kind of on the very, very edges. There's something out there, but I think that's something that we all already knew because we've been in this cavern where we've had dangerous fights already. So
Yeah, it's probably Remy, right?
I don't think she would pop up on that.
Oh, yeah, because
She's none of those
Nemo
things.
didn't. I mean, Pilgrim didn't. Wait, who could?
What's your preferred name?
Nemo.
Oh,
Whoa.
nice to meet you.
Did we never ask that before?
I thought his name was Pilgrim.
Oh, okay. I feel bad. Has it always been Nemo?
I don't.
That is not your. It is not your fault.
None your business.
It is mine. It was mine. I was not using my name for a long time. But
Wow. Nice to meet you.
Are you still the same person? Like, did you have an inner awakening, or just?
I was ashamed to be who I was,
Oh.
and I believe that in communing with my God, I was able to see that he did not wish me the punishment I was giving myself.
That's beautiful.
So you named yourself Pilgrim.
Yes.
Because he was like a pilgrim. Like he was
Yeah.
trying to find
That's
stuff.
kind of hardcore, dude.
That's kind of metal.
Yeah,
Well,
it's kind of sick.
it is no longer a moniker I require.
That's cool though. That's probably really freeing. You ever write any like poetry about it or anything?
No.
You should probably do that. I'll make that into a song for you.
I'll consider it. I know that we have an artist in the family.
Yeah. Oh, and Gwen too. Yeah.
So the point of my statement was that we should probably keep someone on watch while other people sleep. I don't think that it's safe enough here for all of us to just.
I got out of this fight unscathed, so.
I'm sorry, everybody, for keep letting you do all the stupid things that you guys are doing. But I have a solution to all your problems.
What?
Maybe, if it works mechanically. Can everybody just gather around me real quick? Like, real close?
Why?
Like, everybody? How many of us are there? 9?
Nemo gathers.
There's
With,
this 6 and Stroke Off
Oh!
and Chris, Lilith,
And
and
Oba.
Jacques.
Was Strokeoff pushing it? Does Oba push it at all?
Who? Shoot. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to tell you so we can decide who to leave out. But I was gonna just make us a little tiny hut, and then we can sleep in there for the night.
Fun.
Yes.
And it's magical, so no one can get in or out.
Wait, that's pretty cool.
So it's not like we can take turns sleeping in shifts.
Only
outside of it.
9 of us can fit in.
I don't need to fit in.
You don't need to fit in?
Why
But we
fit in
can
when
take
you stand
turns
out?
too. Can
Once you're in, you're in. Once you're out, you're out.
I'll
There's-
sit outside.
10 of us included.
I will join Dylan and take watch as well.
And you guys just go back and forth all night?
Take turn sweeping.
Nemo's a whole new person.
Okay. I'm gonna get a real good night's sleep in this tiny hut. So, whoever wants to join me is in.
Do we?
For a long rest to count, you can spend 2 hours of it doing some type of light action like keeping watch, and so it needs to be 8 hours long, and you can do up to a 2-hour watch. So you'd have to do more than just the 2 of you.
Okay, I can come because I only need 4 hours for a long rest.
I also don't
Actually?
I don't need a
Yeah.
long rest.
That's pretty cool.
You know what? But you'll probably be
Like,
exhausted.
Oh.
Is that a thing? If he doesn't sleep, he'll be exhausted the next day?
Yeah, there are negative effects to
But
trying
if
I'm good,
she only
'cause-
needs 4 hours,
that. Yeah.
then
Yeah.
and
Well,
then
yeah,
2
you're
and
magic
2, it's a total of
elf
8 hours.
person.
We'd be
Yeah.
able to do it, right?
Bada
Yeah.
bing, bada boom.
So that sounds like a cool plan. And
And
it doesn't have to be in that time.
Wolfiel, stay with me.
Nice. Alright, everyone else, let's go in this tiny hut. Boop, shoop.
Great.
If we're ready for sleep time.
Wait,
Pretty cool.
don't do it yet.
It's too late! No, I'm kidding.
What happens if there's danger?
That's the
How do
thing.
we let you know?
Misery and honest friends can listen to us die.
Or if one of you has to go potty,
I don't know.
you poop.
When?
I really don't know. I can see outside of it though.
Is it like the Harry Potter tents that are like huge inside?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so, because it's only a 10-foot range, but
10-foot radius.
Everyone's
it's a radius.
just squeezed in.
I guess. But there's 9. I think we can see outside. Because it's
I'm sure you
a
can
force,
cancel
a
it. You just
dome of
can't go
force.
back in.
So, how about we'll be
You
asleep?
can make it look like for the sake of like storytelling, you can make it look like whatever you want to, but and then also I think people can move through it freely.
Yes.
And so people can enter and exit. That's fine.
Oh, that's what it means?
Yeah.
Can move through. I thought that meant like just around it, inside of it.
on the stairs?
Gotcha. No, you're right. When you,
It's okay if you fell on the stairs.
if you're in it, when you cast a spell, you can move through freely. All
It
right.
sounded like you collapsed.
So let's get everyone we can, besides like one, to be in there, and then jump out and take watch. How about that? And then you can come back in.
I'll stay in since I'm going to be awake the longest, probably. And so, the odds of... But Wolfie definitely doesn't need to be in here.
Well, if he sees something, he'll wake you up. And then you wake
Yeah.
Cool.
Tuli is already in, and you hear her go, "There's a wee in here."
DJ Roomba, hit it!
It's a big on the inside.
Great. So, as you all retire into the hut, and are getting settled in, Lilith looks over. Thank you for setting this up for us. It's comforting after the day that we had.
Oh, I'm glad. Do you like the posters?
Yes, and then all of Gwendolyn's posters that she's created of the band are portrayed are on the perimeters like this. You are a strange creature.
I'm a baby in that one.
That's the one I was looking at.
I'm a baby.
Not to tell a chilling bedtime story, but
But you're going to do it anyway.
I can tell you all are poised and ready for it. My mother used to speak of this Shostroka creature that we have just fought earlier, and never ventured in to see it for myself, but well, I do hope we don't run into it again.
The spider?
Yes.
It's a stroke. What do you call it?
Yes, that is what she called it.
What did your mother tell you?
And you can see she kind of like recedes into this like deep contemplation. And then even while she's thinking, you can see her lips, particularly you two, as you're very like attuned to what like other people are doing and their behaviors, are like mouthing words as she's like kind of recounting something to herself. Well, it lives in the shadows. It preys on those who venture off alone. It wraps people into cocoons. And there's no escape. She's always hungry.
I mean,
She?
oh yeah.
Yes.
Spider mommy.
No, I wish we No, I wish we had one of Munkin's traps from the crabs is all.
Oh.
So that,
Don't
like,
we?
Do we? I don't think so.
Did
You
it?
still have a Pokeball?
There's no
There was
shot.
one we dropped in the lake or something.
He gave us
And
another
then we
one.
gave him... Oh, right.
But
I
what
can
did we do
check,
with it? Did
but-
we give it back to him?
Just, I was picturing like putting the snail in it in something
Yeah.
that it couldn't like explode out of being strong enough. We're already past it, but
That's it. Well,
What you're thinking of is the containment chamber.
yeah,
Yes.
it contains things.
Yep. Whether he gave you another one or not is up to you to remember.
Adventures. Oh, Adventures Pack says 10 containment chambers.
episode 45, a knock at the door. Sarah and Lorelith go to answer. Who is Sarah? It's Munkin. He brings another containment chamber as a gift. If we see any beast, creature, animal of interest that is different from this area, he would like to study it. He would be willing to pay depending on rarity and interest if we will bring the container back in one piece without losing it. Oh, one medium or smaller size creature, we go to bed.
That's probably medium, right?
Yeah, but it's small right
A
now.
spider?
It is small right now.
But then what happens when it becomes
But
a
what happens
spider?
when it gets big?
He's got a polymorph.
Yeah, what are the
in it.
mechanics of that?
Got a polymorph.
Figure it out.
Is the time already?
But it's medium, right?
No, that was a big
Size?
spider.
No, it was
I thought
huge.
its head was volleyball
It only
size.
lasts.
Those
Yeah,
were the
honestly,
little
the
ones.
time has already passed. Probably.
Yeah.
It only lasts an hour.
Sorry,
We'll
guys.
capture it and we'll put it under our pillow and hope it doesn't break
Would
out.
you
in
be
our
able
head.
to? You would be able to cast that again sometime?
I sure
fine.
cannot because that was maybe tomorrow after.
Yeah,
we
like
sleep.
another day. Like
Yeah.
if we see it
Another day,
again.
another polymorph.
Another containment.
Another day, another polymorph.
But if it breaks out, then we have an angry big spider.
True.
Because you can only do it once a day, right? And it only lasts an hour?
You can poke holes in anything if you try hard enough.
Come on, just believe.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. The spider poking holes in the containment chamber.
No plan is perfect.
Honestly, getting like put to sleep and everything by the spider wasn't even that bad. I came back. I came right back.
What are you guys talking about?
Who is Sarah?
How do you not remember who Sarah is?
S-E-R-A.
I have no idea who Sarah is.
I remember the name.
Yeah.
Sarah.
I do remember that it was not spelled how we thought.
Yeah, it's
I think it was
S-E-R-A.
the
Oh,
maid
it's
of
our
the house that cooked.
kitchen lady.
Yeah.
Oh! The
I'm-
kitchen
We are the
lady.
problem. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me.
I made her.
You made her very uncomfortable.
I disrespected her by not wanting to eat her cooking. That's true.
We are very elitist. We don't remember.
Fine.
the
Anyway,
names.
Let's
sorry.
sleep.
Sorry for the mass interruption. Maybe if we have a containment chamber, apparently.
Yeah, yeah.
Who wants
has
to be
it?
the holder of it?
I think it'll explode.
I would say Lorelith because Sarah and Lorelith answered the door.
Oh, right.
Is that okay if it hasn't been in her inventory?
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, we wouldn't have let Sarah keep it.
No.
Why not? What's wrong with her?
Lorelith hates her, and she was the one that answered the door with her.
I don't hate her. I just don't
Technically, I
trust her.
shouldn't have written it down. It was
What
while
are
I
three
was
other
with my
things about
family.
her?
I only
It's
take
not her,
notes
it's
on
just her
what
class.
Gwen
It's like-
perceives, and for some reason I still wrote this down even though
Yeah.
Gwen wasn't there.
Yeah.
Containment chamber. If we see it again, just a thought. Anyway, moving on. Sorry.
You're good. That's fun.
So it's on me or it's not on me?
It's on you.
It's on you.
Great.
Oh, it's on you.
Oh
It's
God, what is
on.
that on you?
A containment chamber.
One last quick question.
This whole
Yeah.
time.
Is the spider too big to follow us down the tunnel that we came? Like, would we be able to observe that?
Oh yeah, that's a great question.
We wouldn't have to. Like, that's why it was in that cavern because it
Just
couldn't fit in
it's the
there.
shadow of a
We
snail.
don't
So.
No, the caverns are large enough; it wouldn't be able to navigate through.
The tunnel that we walked down. Okay.
But you put the volleyball rock in the way, so we're fine.
I mean, I was just hoping that it loses us and gives up, but whatever. I guess there's only one tunnel to where
No,
we
there
are
were
now.
two. Where we
Y'all
came
have taken
from.
multiple choices
And
through
we're-
Yeah.
tunnels to get here.
Okay,
It's not one direct path.
well, I feel good about it.
I sleep.
Actually,
So mad I did.
Any other specific conversations before bed that y'all would want to have?
I rock us to sleep.
Anything we think we need to prepare for tomorrow? Where we think we're gonna hit? Think we'll get to the city tomorrow, Lilith?
I assume it would, if we were on a direct path, then she's like, looks a little discouraged of that, as y'all have noted that she hasn't really recognized any of the places so far, and she has admitted to y'all that, like, she hasn't been all the way back to the city, and it's been, like, this is very untraveled. I think by best measures, a straight shot would be another night or two before we make it. If we've made any wrong turns and have any issues being direct, that could add many nights. I hope it might be soon.
Cool. Okay, good night.
I have nightmares about a spider.
We
Anything
all.
else?
Oh.
Okay. First watch was Dylan.
Sure.
Would you make a perception check for me?
Oh,
I haven't rest yet.
That's not big at all. Oh, advantage. Nice. That's way better. 15.
Okay, great. As you sit in silence, sitting by this domed hut that Misery has made, and you'll have the dim green light of the torch next to you. The only thing you tend to notice is a fish that comes up out of the lake and hits the water a couple of times. And your attention stays on the perimeter of where a couple of the cave entrances are and everything, and nothing disturbs your perception, nothing grabs your attention or anything, and the 2 hours pass without any interruption. Anything you would be thinking or doing in addition to that?
Do I think that these fish are edible?
You probably have to see one closer up, but you're not sure.
Would I be able to catch one?
You can try, yeah. You fished before, and you did that, like, yeah. Go ahead and make a survival check.
Survival check. That's gonna fail. Oh, advantage. Nice. Well, I mean, that's 11, isn't it? Okay, that's better. 20.
Great, yeah. You're able to haul one up, and as soon as it hits the edge of the rock and everything, and you've got the torch next to you, you can see a translucent outline around the skeleton, and there's this kind of faded whitish color to the flesh that's around it. And by a little bit of an inspection after you pull it on and everything, it does just seem to be a more transparent type of fish than you've seen before. But if you wanted to try to kill it and check it for being able to be eaten, you can also do that as part of your...
Let's do it.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to see if you're willing, that's what you wanted to do. So, yeah, after you do that and kind of look it over, the kind of meat of it seems pretty consistent with other types of fish that you've pulled up before. So just a very odd cave fish that you've never really seen before.
Okay. And do I have enough fire to cook that?
I don't think you ended up lighting an actual fire, right? Before going, okay. Y'all have the capability of making one, expending a couple of your actual torches to do so.
If
you wanted to do that now or in the morning or anything like that, you have the option.
I would probably know techniques enough to save it to make it last till the morning.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Then I just put it aside to hopefully give people a little bit of a pick me up in the morning instead of the rations that we packed.
Great.
Wolfie smells it, sneaks over and steals it.
No, Wolfie.
Sashimi.
Just kidding.
In the changing of the guard, Velen and Nemo, you two have a moment of passing if y'all wanted to talk about anything before you head in for bed. You can also just say no and pass it, it's fine.
Did you say no?
I was like, I guess as you wake me up to switch watch, I'll just say, anything of note out there?
I caught a fish for the morning, and I kind of nod over at it, I don't know, wrapped up in some leaves or something that I found to kind of secure it.
Interesting fish in this lake.
I feel like I would kind of stand there for a second, and then say, I'm happy you came to terms with your past. We all have one. Yours doesn't define you. And then I just say Nemo, and then nod.
Thank you. There is still much to mourn, but I am grateful that I can mourn as the man that Numero made me to be. And then I go out to take watch.
Great.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a perception check as well.
What a moment.
12.
Okay. You see a fish wrapped up in some leaves and is lightly salted.
Well.
And you also get about 2 hours time. No disturbance, no sounds down the caverns or anything. You sit and can see and hear some of the heavy breathing and snoring patterns of a couple particular people within your party. But beyond that, nothing crosses by the light or anything for you to take note of. You also have 2 hours on your lonesome if there's anything you'd like to say or do that happens during that time.
I think I'm just curious about these fish too because they're weird and spooky, so I'll just mage hand one out of the lake and just kind of give it a look.
Wow.
Flopping around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just kind of as I'm passing the time, just kind of studying it, seeing if there's anything, like, I don't know, continuing in the kind of scholarly quest under the mountain. It's like, is there anything reminiscent of the dust glass, like anything greenish about it,
Sure.
anything like magical
Yeah.
of note?
No, if anything, a faint bluish when you're holding it up to the light, but
Like the mushrooms.
yeah. But no, nothing seems
Oh my god.
magical to you.
Noticing that it's blue, are the mushrooms too far away above me that I can't like mage hand one off the ceiling?
They're maybe 40 feet up and also massive. Like, it's not a bunch of small mushrooms that make this up. Like, covering the whole ceiling of this, which across the entire cave is probably 120 feet or so, 5 of them cover it. So you see these massive shelves of mushrooms across the top.
Mage hand, what can't it do?
I just had a vision of like teleporting up higher to try to reach them, failing the landing, and like breaking my neck in the night while everyone's Okay, anyways. Great, that's all I did. I just
Okay.
kind of...
At the passing of the guard, you wake up Lorelith if there's anything you two would do with that.
We had fish.
Yeah. Good night.
Goodbye.
Lorelith, make a perception check for me.
Alex took our fiddle.
Plus 6 is 8.
Okay, great.
Why did you get with advantage?
It's just his life
Yeah, that's just who I am.
Okay.
when he created his character.
Is Starkoth with you as well?
Yeah.
Okay. He also makes a perception check.
Great. 11, and he also has 6, so
He has advantage.
17. Oh, he has advantage.
Yeah.
15
Okay.
plus 6 is 21.
Fine.
21.
Great.
Thanks,
Even if
Starkoth.
I can't see anything.
At one point, his hair raises up, and you see him. He just kind of stiffens at your feet, looking back the way you can.
Okay.
What is it, boy?
Oh no, yeah. I kind of sit up and grab my to be ready for it.
For those listening on podcast, she grabbed her bow.
Oh. Nope. I went.
For those listening in Australia, she grabbed a bow.
They probably stopped listening to
Yeah,
us because
they
we're
do.
really
No,
freaking
it's their
rude to them.
favorite.
Yeah.
Is it when we say
Yeah,
that?
I think so. Australia, let us know. And if
Comment
you hate
on
it,
this.
don't tell us.
I don't know if they're listening anymore to even hear this.
Lie.
He's scared about that.
And if you don't like it, lie until you do.
And gosh, I don't get to perceive again, do I?
You'll never perceive
Last
it.
night, sorry.
Starkoth looks back at you and forward, is just kind of waiting for direction.
Okay.
Curled his paw, he's kind of pointing forward.
Okay. Do I sense from him that like it's like real bad and he wants to go get it, or he's just like
He doesn't know. His
He
ears are
heard
perked up,
something.
he's paying attention.
okay. I have a torch.
Yes.
Does the torch show enough light that it would be able to see what's in the cavern?
A regular torch, or are you using the dim light one?
A regular torch.
Okay. And y'all are kind of central to the cave. You get a 20-foot radius of bright light and another 20 for dim. And so at that point,
And I
it's-
have dark vision.
well, if you have dark vision, it's different. So but you can still see about 60 feet, I think, with that.
Okay.
And so you can pretty much just get to the edge of where the cavern is with your dark vision, even, and then it's beyond that, whatever.
Creepy.
If there's something there, like that's the direction, and you don't see anything within your range. Starkoth like takes a couple steps forward, and it's just like in that like very slowly stalking, hunting phase of like searching forward.
Okay. I kind of try to get to a little bit of a hiding spot next to the hut, but I'm like ready with my bow, and I kind of like nudge for him to like slowly kind of try to not scale the wall, but like
Hug the wall.
hug the wall. That's the word.
Okay.
To get over there, so he's hopefully not seen.
All right. You may make a stealth check for him as he hits to the edge. Actually, yeah, you're right there.
You need Jeffrey? Joffrey?
Joffrey?
Once per episode.
We get
we're
it
coming
once
towards
per
the end.
episode.
Dude, get it in.
Yeah.
Do it.
All in favor of using Joffrey, say aye. Thank you.
Norse Foundry might have just saved Starkoth's life.
I hope so. Jeez.
Rachel takes me for my word.
Episodes.
He lives!
Yes.
He lives.
Elvira saying goodbye.
That's incredible. What are the odds of
That
that?
1 to that 20.
1 in 20.
Probably. No, it's
Oh, back to back? That's way higher.
That one
That'd be
and that's funny.
From a 1 to a
That's like
20.
fun.
Thank you, Norse Foundry.
Thanks, Norse.
400.
Thank you, Mr. Foundry.
Thanks, Joffrey.
Great. Okay, so you see Starkoth just slink down to the low by the cave floor and doing very low padded steps forward.
He vanishes.
Stop it. His ears go.
No. He
because he's
vanishes
so
'cause he's so
stealthy.
stealthy.
Bullet shape mode. And
Yeah.
pulls forward and creeps forward. You're taking a hiding spot too.
But like to the edge of the hut where I can still see him and see
Yeah.
the edge of the cave, but I'm like obstructed in view a little bit.
Sure, make a stealth check as well.
Behind the 3-foot wall.
I'm gonna use a different one because that one's obviously
Broken.
16
And
plus
then one more. Make a
2.
perception check.
Oh.
So 18 on that.
14 plus 6. It's 20.
30, 20.
Let's go.
So
20 perception and 18
Yeah,
stealth.
because you were sitting by the dome. If you didn't see where he had went off, you would have lost Stroke off. But you, just being very comfortable and knowledgeable of him, you still have this faint sense of the outline of his body as he's over towards the mouth of the cave you all came from, and you sit down by the dome, and as you're staring towards the mouth of the cave, at no point do you see anything. But then little bits of mushroom at the top, you can see it. Little shimmers and changes in the light. And you can hear little...
I think Strokeoff isn't even crawling. He's like inchworm like.
He's up.
At one point you see Strokeoff just walking up, a little faint, near a growl. I think it's just him staring up at the top.
I kind of lean over to him and go,
Ears fall.
so he doesn't make noise. I want him to continue to watch it, but I want him to shut up.
And he says, I'm not a person.
Does it, because of how well I perceived it?
Die instantly.
No.
Oh, I've been spotted!
Can
I'm fully known.
Can I tell if it seems like it's just passing through, or if it's like about
It gets to a point where it stops.
Gosh. Okay. All right. I walk over to Thelen. He's had the most sleep at this point, right?
Oh, other than the rest of your party who slept the whole time.
Oh, you're right. That's true. I go in the door and I go, guys, the spider's back.
What? Chris.
Guys,
What are you saying?
that the spider is outside on the roof of the mushrooms right now.
The really big one.
Yeah, the really big one. That's right.
I thought it was a snail.
Well, that only lasts for an hour, and it's been
It's been an hour.
it's been more than that. I checked my fantasy watch, and it's been about like 6. So, because we walked, and you've been sleeping for 4 hours. So we don't all fit in this hut.
Well, Strokeoff's outside, so.
I think we all need to wake up and arm ourselves to be ready. I think that what we shouldn't do is attack it. We should just hold our ground and be ready in case it attacks, because baby is just sleeping.
He's just sleepwalking.
Because it stopped.
Invisible?
Who among us doesn't sleep stalk?
Is this hut translucent? Like, can you see through it?
It says made of a force barrier, so I feel like you can see through it, but I don't know.
Do we know? DM Dan?
I'd love to be able to watch from inside.
Maybe it's like Keely's office glass in Ted Lasso, and she can make it,
Keely!
Keely!
she can make it opaque when she
Keely!
she can make it opaque.
Keely!
She can make it.
He's here! He's there! He's every fucking where, bro!
That's right.
I haven't watched Ted Lasso.
You can make it an opaque color of your choice if you want, but you can see through it from the inside.
Yes.
I would like to see through
it.
it.
No.
No.
Ooh.
That's perfect.
Thelen asks that question, and with your deep knowledge of your hut,
Yeah. Are we ready to fight it if we have to?
Yeah.
How long?
have we had short rest at least?
Yeah, how long?
It's been 4 hours of
No,
sleeping.
if you were spending this time deliberately to long rest, you don't get the short rest chunk of it.
No.
It's fine.
I've long rested.
So no polymorph.
No polymorph.
Do you need the 4 hours to long rest, or do you need 4 hours of sleep? And you can still do like 4 hours of light activity to long rest. How does that worded?
Don't you not sleep at all? It's just meditation.
Julie says. Well,
I think elves only take 4 hours for a long rest, specifically. So you might be long rested.
It would be
Doesn't
under
matter.
features and traits, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you can.
You
get 4
don't need to
hours.
sleep, but meditate semi-consciously for 4 hours a day.
Yep. So you get a long rest.
Yeah.
You get a long rest. No one else.
Tully's gonna say, like, very, like, blearily, and just waking up, is gonna say, guys, are we ready to fight this thing? Should we try and get some more rest and shifts?
I think Wolfie has it covered. We
No,
should just chill
he
here.
doesn't.
We're safe in here.
I'm gonna remind you that Pilgrim and Thelen are both still outside. Because we couldn't all fit.
I don't even know a pilgrim.
Nemo and Thelen are still outside.
Wait, are they?
Yeah, because we
thought
can't
I guess
But I thought
one of them can't come
9
in.
can fit.
When Lorelith came in, did it automatically like throw someone out? How's that work?
Because
It explodes. The whole spell explodes if 10 things go in.
Oh my god.
Well,
Wait.
Maybe that's a strategic first move. Go inside the hut, call it the explosion will hurt the
When I
spider.
say explode, it turns off.
Oh.
It just
okay.
goes away.
That's different than explode.
So only
like a
one person out of our entire party has to be outside.
Yeah, it was one
So
of them.
if
I don't
Strokoth
know
is
what it was.
out, you can come in.
It
and
could
we're
have been
fine.
him.
I'm in.
So we're fine. Every Pilgrim and Thelen are inside.
Maybe, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everyone is inside
that's
except
perfect.
Strokoth.
Yeah.
Yes.
buddy.
I hate this.
But we can hear, right?
He's fine. He rolled a nat 20.
Yeah.
We can
Just
hear
chilling.
and we can see. Yeah. Okay.
If he goes for Strokoth, we'll charge out.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, we can hear, right? That Spidey
don't
makes
know
the
about
first
you
move.
guys.
Sleep and make sure stroke off is good.
I mean, I'm awake at this point,
It's true.
but the rest of you guys aren't. Okay,
We
fine.
can all
We need
keep watch
6
for 2 hours.
for long rest.
8. It has been
6
6.
plus 2 hours of light activity.
Yeah.
So if we've slept 6, we can wake up.
You
Some of us
stay-
can be
you
in a
stay on watch
shift.
now.
Oh, well, let's just do that.
Yeah, like you, Misery, Gwendolyn, and
Yeah.
Lorelith can all be
And
awake.
we're both at 4 hours if they're at 6, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've done 2 plus 4 hours of sleep. You would need to sleep the next 2 hours.
So we can ready our, things,
Yeah.
but be like sitting. Oh, let's
Yeah.
just do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay. So, if everyone who is awake don't make a perception check, this is part of the watch.
Does I have to do a new one?
Mhm.
I can't just keep the one that I had.
7.
7.
It's transparent.
No.
Got one again?
Is that a 1?
Probably like
It's a 3. What is it?
Oh, well, no.
So, a 9.
Still better than mine.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
11.
Okay.
I lost it. I can't find it anymore. I saw exactly where it was.
What'd you get? Or what'd you get, Misery?
Oh shoot! What are we doing?
Perception check.
Nice. 21.
I'll message.
No. Can
You see nothing.
Can I still see Wolfie?
Yeah.
Okay. Is he
Your perception of
okay?
him is...
Her dog is dead. You think you can see him with your 9?
You can see him, but like, do you know him?
Yeah.
What are they doing?
Team listen.
Did you guys ever see that movie Lady in the Water?
Yeah.
You know, like the
Yeah,
dogs,
you have. We watched it together.
the bad monsters in that are dogs that have grass on their back.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm picturing Wolfie is right now.
Yeah.
They're like dog monsters that can crouch,
The
and you
M.
can
Night
only see them by
Shyamalan
looking in a
movie?
mirror over your shoulder. You don't remember that?
With the red hair.
Someone else. This is really embarrassing for her.
No, I'm thinking of you.
You're thinking of like some other boyfriend.
Because we watched The Village together.
It's really embarrassing.
And then we watched this together. We watched both of them.
I don't remember anything about Lady in the Water.
Can you check your phone and respond to it to the party, if you would?
Can you look up Lady in the Water?
Watch it real quick.
It's the same person. It's Bryce Howard.
Why did you say no?
Probably something good.
I don't see anything. No. Guys,
What?
don't be alarmed.
Okay.
But Strokeoff is totally frozen. And
Not just because he's so stealthy.
his breath is stopped. He's not breathing.
You sweeping?
So
He's standing up.
Spider sweeping?
No. So it feels kind of like the spider got to him. We might have to
Alright.
just go
can we go?
Let's go.
on our sad.
In his defense, nat 20
Tired
stealth is
bodies.
the worst of the nat 20s.
Yeah.
Dan would never.
Is it?
I
Dan would
think the
never
spider
do
is good at things.
Okay.
Did we get short rest? Or no?
We
You
got
said-
nothing now.
In this instant moment while he's saying this,
No, did you say that
There's
6
like
hours
no
of short rest?
in this
Okay.
at all.
Okay.
We can end the episode with that.
Escargot!